Next, we have the Battle of Kursk. Welcome back. Let's get started. With the Russian winter now safely behind them, the Germans are anxious to avenge their defeats at Moscow and Stalingrad. Armed with their new Tiger tanks, they have launched their summer offensive. Against them stand the Russian tank forces, drawn en masse for what will prove to be the largest tank battle in history.
Comrades, the German forces seem many, but they will break before your courage. Our tanks are more powerful than theirs, our soldiers better trained and equipped. Stand strong for the glorious Red Army. Whatever sacrifices we must make for Mother Russia, we shall give to see her free.
Alright. So let's go back, let's go through the objectives. Primary objective number 1. The city of Kursk must not fall. Primary objective number 2. Destroy Cluj's core HQ. Primary objective number 3. Destroy Manstein's core HQ. So we'll take stock of what we've got here in just a second. Let me get started on deployments. So we did start with those. Insufficient unit limit. Okay. Fuss with that. So we've got engineers, we've got plenty of troops. Anti-aircraft battery. They're not going to be deploying any aircraft to the battlefield, so
Сообщите координаты. Готовы к маршу. Мы знаем дорогу. Готовы к маршу. Мы знаем дорогу. Исходное положение. Ждем приказа. Следуем на позицию.
So we're going to set these guys to maneuver unit 4. You can be maneuver unit 0. Hold your position, you knuckleheads.
Готовы к маршу. Мы знаем дорогу. Мы знаем дорогу.
No, that's going to initiate it.
Исходное положение.
So, in the north, we've got the city of Ponry, then the city of Kursk, the city of Prokhorovka, and the city of Belgorod. So let's go ahead and get started. The enemy went ahead and attached their tanks.
Ждем приказа. Уничтожить противника.
Let's quickly get
Ждем приказа.
moving. Let's attach
Парад боя.
these
Сообщите
gentlemen.
координаты. Ждем приказа. Обеспечиваем быстрый бросок. Взвод готов. Ждем приказа. Следуем на позицию.
It's gonna take a minute to actually, it's actually gonna take a minute to actually destroy these tanks, unless they go the wrong direction. Yes! Nice! Alright. Doop. So, as much as the Battle of Kursk is characterized as being the largest tank battle in history, it's actually not. It was made the second largest tank battle with the Gulf War happening. You know, we ended up deploying a lot more troops than were ever present at Kursk. The United States and British coalition forces deployed what? Twice as many troops? Not to mention air power. Also, to characterize the Battle of Kursk as exclusively a tank battle is, in my opinion, a little bit silly. The battle was not exclusively fought by tanks. It was fought by a little bit of everything. So following the Battle of Stalingrad in the coming spring and summer, the Russian forces pushed forward and into what is modern-day Ukraine, retaking ground that the Germans had taken from them. Now, under Hitler's direction, I'm playing off memory for all of this. Under Hitler's direction, the Russian forces all, my memory is terrible. Under Hitler's direction, the Russian forces were supposed to be swept back. He was not about to accept the Germans being just attaching his conscript regiments to get them. Get them some kind of resupply. Conscripts, of course, they're gonna die. I played this the other day, and then had my recording software bug out, so any recording I made got eaten. But, excuse me, any recording I had made got eaten, and the Germans at the time that I played this, in the south, they kind of just sat there. They didn't do much. They kind of forced units straight through, and ignored my, guards at Prokhorovka down there. You know what? I'm going to focus my attention on retaking Prokhorovka and Belgrade. I'm not going to focus my attention on the north. So the Germans, disregarded it, and it's just a little bit on the silly side. But, that's what happens. Alright. Rapid deployment gained. 180. The AI doesn't like spending... At easy difficulty, they don't like spending a lot of money on... they don't like spending a lot of money on... They evidently do not like spending a lot of money on tech upgrades.
Готовы к маршу. Мы знаем дорогу. Исходное положение. Какие будут распоряжения? Сообщите координаты. Сообщите координаты.
Let the nightmare of Stalingrad haunt our enemies.
I just want to get troops on the battlefield. That's my priority right now.
Прицелиться. Готовы к маршу. Исходное положение. Какие будут распоряжения? Кого рад? Парк-бою. Мне даже жали. Готовы к маршу. Нам нет равных. Исходное положение. Ждем приказа. Прицелиться, прицелиться, быстрее! Свод готов! Следуем на позицию! Свод готов! Следуем на позицию! Пора к бою! Пора к бою! Мы выступаем! Сообщите координаты! Готовы к маршу! Мы знаем дорогу! Исходное положение! Мы знаем дорогу!
Should I deploy another infantry unit? Maybe, but... Conscripts are... They're not very powerful, so I'm not going to really fight to
The
preserve
might
them.
of Russia is behind you.
I would fight to preserve tanks and... anti-tank infantry.
Мы выступаем! Прицелиться! Танки готовы! Танки готовы! Наконец-то есть дело! Быстрее! 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 Наконец-то есть дело!
Let's move north. Let's take both Belgorod and Prokhorovka. And you fellas, you can form up as the 4th maneuver unit. I'll set these guys as the 3rd.
Танки готовы!
These tanks are the 1st maneuver unit. I like to use hotkeys for everything. It makes command and control a lot easier.
Целься! Огонь!
Alright, let's ignore those. Let's actually tell these guys to ignore those tanks, and let's move south to... Okay, cool. The conscripts are being eaten.
Приготовились!
That's fine. It just means that I can kind of trace where the enemy is moving.
Ждем приказа! Следуем на позицию! Танки готовы! Целься! Огонь! Целься! Огонь! Прицелиться.
Взвод готов. Ждем приказа.
Какие будут распоряжения? Мне даже жали.
Взвод готов. Ждем приказа. The enemy is in our grasp.
Ammo depot. How'd an ammo depot get smashed? I don't see it on the map. No big deal.
Ждем приказа. Следуем на позицию.
Какие будут распоряжения?
Взвод готов. Обеспечиваем быстрый бросок.
Прицелиться. Быстрее!
Oh, that was their ammo depot. Okay.
Наконец-то есть дело. Во славу России! Целься! Огонь! Какие будут распоряжения? Мы выступаем. Сообщите координаты.
Ждем приказа. Следуем на позицию. Следуем на позицию.
Приготовились? Мы знаем дорогу. Исходное положение. Танки готовы. Целься! Огонь! Целься! Огонь! Наконец-то есть дело.
The trick is to withdraw troops out of fighting to get them prepared.
Our numbers will overwhelm the Germans.
Танки готовы. Целься! Огонь!
Ждем приказа. Следуем на позицию.
Какие будут распоряжения? Сообщите координаты. Прицелиться. Быстрее!
Ждем приказа. Обеспечиваем быстрый бросок.
Танки готовы. Прицелиться. Наконец-то есть дело. Пора к бою. Сообщите координаты. Танки готовы. Наконец-то есть дело. Быстрее! 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 Во славу России!
Взвод готов. Уничтожить.
Why not destroy the core HQ just right then and there? Well, my thinking is if I can destroy literally everything, of theirs, okay, excellent, then they won't be able to use core reorganization and move their core HQ up with their friends in the north. Manstein's force has been defeated. They are completely off the board. Excellent.
Быстрее! Быстрее!
Ждем приказа. Следуем на позицию.
Пора к бою.
Now the slow process of redeploying everything.
Lure the enemy in and destroy him.
So it's all about... My
Целиться.
tactics are all about having different units for different maneuvers and controlling them. Because grouped units will just be... Having massed fires, having, you know, multiple people engaging in the same activity
Пора к бою.
is a lot more effective than having a gaggle of
Выступаем.
lone troops that will just be torn apart by the enemy piecemeal.
Танки
You know
готовы.
what? Yeah, let's move these guys up.
Быстрее! Быстрее!
So, as I had mentioned earlier and stumbled because my brain is kind of disorganized, Hitler had directed his generals, you know, the only person who approves retreat is me. I want to push back against the Russians and stop their advance. And so, with some coordination across the front, the German forces determined that their best chance for an effective advance would come
Танки готовы.
from would come at Kursk or around Kursk. And so the reason why you have two forces on the board here, Manstein's and Kluge's, if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, I don't care. He's long dead. The reason why you had two is because the Germans had attempted to envelop two Russian army corps, if I'm not mistaken.
Танки готовы.
And,
Наконец-то есть дело.
you know, as
Наконец-то
much
есть дело.
of that terrain that they could grab, they tried.
Let the nightmare of Stalingrad haunt our enemies.
Let's just throw some more troops on the board,
Выступаем.
real quick.
Выступаем.
That'll be good for our operations.
Мы выступаем. Сообщите координаты. Мы выступаем. Сообщите координаты. Ждем приказа. Следуем на позицию. Следуем на позицию.
The might of Russia is behind you.
Приготовились? Мы знаем дорогу. Танки готовы. Быстрее! Быстрее! Ждем приказа.
That's where their forces are coming from.
Обеспечиваем быстрый бросок. Да, товарищ командир. Следуем на позицию. Танки готовы. Прицелиться. Быстрее. Танки готовы. Свод готов. Следуем на позицию.
If you can see the screen tearing, that's my computer panicking just a little bit. which is unfortunate that that's what it's choosing to do.
Прицелиться. Ждем приказа. Обеспечиваем быстрый бросок. Танки готовы. Прицелиться. Ждем должными. Ждем должными. Танки готовы. Быстрее! Прицелиться! Быстрее! Быстрее! Наконец-то есть дело! Позади разбрязанных! Прицелиться! Ждем должными! Отвизаны! Отвизаны! Огонь!
Group behavior is off. Locks them in formation and they operate together as a group.
Свод готов! Позади разбрязанных!
At this point, I'm slowing down, and it's a little methodical. It's just slowly plug and chug along. As much as I'm slowly plugging and chugging, I'm just enjoying myself.
Танки готовы. Быстрее! Танки готовы. Прицелиться. Танки готовы. Танки готовы. Ждем приказа. Обеспечиваем быстрый бросок. Танки готовы. Быстрее! Наконец-то есть дело. Наконец-то есть дело. Наконец-то есть дело. Целься! Огонь! Танки готовы. Ждем должными. Отвизаны. Отвизаны. Танки готовы. Во славу России! Наконец-то есть дело. Танки готовы. Танки готовы. Танки готовы. Наконец-то есть дело. Быстрее! Быстрее! Во славу России! Танки готовы. Целься! Огонь! Во славу России! Свод готов! Прицелиться! Во славу России!
All right, and with that, the battle is won. As it was in history, the Germans just did not succeed. They didn't even succeed in closing an encirclement of the forces at Kursk. And so this was probably the last major offensive the Germans could pull off on the Eastern Front. Success! You have at last succeeded in stopping a German summer offensive. The tide of war has finally turned. Alright. Until next time.